What's up guys, welcome to the channel. Today's video is about Arsenal and Ivan Toney, because apparently things are heating up between Ivan Toney and Arsenal, and it's looking like Toney is set on joining Arsenal. He wants to join Arsenal once his betting ban is over, because this man was doing quite a lot of betting. So once he's back from that, he shall be available. He's already playing some behind the doors matches, friendlies, and he scored in one of them. So he's on the way. I think roughly January is when he's going to be available. So he's on the way. He's on track to return and reach some form of level of fitness. Today's video is about comparing Ivan Toney and Gabriel Jesus and trying to find out whether Toney, if he does hit the ground running and if this suspension has not affected him materially, whether he can lead Arsenal to a potential league title. Even without looking at stats and whatever, Toney is a better striker, pure striker, than Gabriel Jesus. And when Gabriel Jesus joined Arsenal last year, I said that he's not a volume goal scorer. He's not going to really propel Arsenal to, like, let's say, a league title through goals alone. Arsenal need someone who is a proper number 9, who has an aerial threat and can also hold the ball up and also ultimately put the ball in the back of the net regularly. And it seems that Ivan Toney is the most likely candidate for that. So if you're an Arsenal fan, let me know your thoughts before I get into this video. Let me know your thoughts about Ivan Toney. Do you think he's the guy you need? I'm not saying he should be your striker for the next 5, 6, 7 years, but is he the guy you need for the next maybe just this season, or the season after, or the season after that? Is he the guy for you? Or do you think you need to wait until you can get maybe a Victor Osimhen or someone else who may suit Arsenal's system and style of play, and maybe the age requirements and so on and so forth? So let me know in the comments down below what you think. Now, just a disclaimer before I get right into this video. I am not a master at these per 90 expected stats and stuff like that. I have literally just found this website. I don't know if it's accurate. If you have a more reputable, reliable, accurate website for these kind of stats, let me know in the comments down below. This is just a kind of introductory thing into these kind of stats, because again, these stats are just stats. They don't show the whole picture. It's a picture without context is what I'm trying to say here. So this may not be 100% accurate. There are caveats and nuances, but again, I don't know if this is a very accurate website or whether I'm playing myself here, but we're about to find out. So let's get into the video. So Ivan Toney, last season he scored 20 league goals for Brentford, which is quite an achievement, because it's Brentford Football Club we're talking about. So 20 goals for them in that team is really, really good. It's outstanding. Gabriel Jesus last season for Arsenal only scored 11 goals. Now, yes, he had injuries, so he missed quite a bit of the season. He only missed 7 Premier League matches though, compared to Ivan Toney. He played 7 matches less. So for Toney to score 20 goals and get 4 assists is very, very impressive. Very impressive. That just shows you that Arsenal could have a good player on their hands. Really and truly. So as I said, Jesus is not a volume goal scorer. He can provide assists. That's true. He can provide that link-up play. He has some Brazilian tech, but he's not someone that can lead you to a title. That's what you need. Like Man City have Haaland, Liverpool have Salah, and they have Darwin Núñez there, but he hasn't hit the ground running yet. Newcastle got Callum Wilson and Isak. They're not volume goal scorers per se, but they can get quite a good amount of goals, providing they're fit. United just got Højlund, and we'll see how he goes. But ultimately, Man City, who you're going to be competing with directly, they've got the best striker in the world in Haaland. Even though he's not playing very well the past 4 or 5 matches, he will kick on again and he will score goals. He's already got 8 goals this season and he hasn't even been playing well. So he's going to kick on. No one's figured him out yet like that. And the best players always try and find a way to evade capture. And that's probably what he's going to work on as with Pep. He's going to find a way to add to his game, because his technique and technical level is not that great as compared to Gabriel Jesus. But the thing that's lacking for Gabriel Jesus ultimately is the goals, and Ivan Toney's got the goals. The assists don't really matter because Arsenal got Odegaard You've got Saka there. You've got Martinelli, Jesus himself. You've got Partey who can do something. So the assists don't have to be relied upon on Ivan Toney. Jesus can now focus more on the playmaking, getting some goals here and there, but he can focus on being an attacking threat whilst having a fixed focal point in Ivan Toney to be able to provide the end goods. So again, let me know your thoughts about what I said. Do you think what I said is accurate? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments. And by the way, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. So as we go into these per 90 stats, which I don't know how much value you put on these. Again, there's no context around these things. So Ivan Toney's goals per 90 was 0.61, whereas Gabriel Jesus was 0.48. And so that's a big difference. That's a big difference of 0.13. So Ivan Toney, again, obviously he's already scored more goals than Gabriel Jesus on a whole level. But then per 90 is still higher than Gabriel Jesus, despite playing more games than Gabriel Jesus. So again, it's a good indication for Arsenal fans. Again, like I said, the assist per 90 will not be as high as Gabriel Jesus. 0.12 compared to 0.26 is more than double Ivan Toney. Again, that's not really Ivan Toney's game. He's got Mbeumo really to do that for him, as well as others in that Brentford squad. Whereas Jesus, he can do both. The goal is not really compared to Toney, but the assists, man can do the job. He can do the job. That's factors. And now, because Ivan Toney has got more goals but less assists, and then it's the flip side for Jesus, their goal contributions per 90 they're pretty much equal. 0.73 for Ivan Toney compared to 0.74 for Gabriel Jesus. And again, 24 goal contributions for Ivan Toney and 17 for Gabriel Jesus. Again, the minutes matter because Jesus only played 2,075 minutes in the Premier League as compared to 2,955 for Ivan Toney. So in terms of the per 90, it's equal. But if you add context, I think Jesus is better because, again, he played less minutes. He got more assists. He only scored 9 fewer goals than Toney. So it's not massively like a negative on Jesus per se. But again, look at the expected assists. Ivan Toney's in the 60th percentile. He's only better than 60% of Premier League players. Whereas Jesus, better than 91% of players. So the point I'm getting at is, I've said it already, that Toney is the guy that needs to be there for Arsenal to lead them to a league title. Having Toney there, whether it's for 40 mil, 45 mil, having him there to score the goals, bang in the goals, get those G's, is vital for Arsenal to keep up a title challenge and to even potentially win the title. Because City, like I said, they've got Haaland there, they've got Foden, they've got Doku who's joined, who can unlock the defence now with his dribbling. They've got De Bruyne who can come back. They've got Rodri again who can be the anchor man in that midfield who they missed dearly against Arsenal. They've got all these players, they've got defenders who can score goals like Ake. And if Pep wants to, he could try and do the 3-2-4-1 potentially. So then that adds a whole different dimension. So Arsenal, whether it's just for 1 year as a main striker, they need Ivan Toney in that squad ASAP. Now the price I think Brentford are trying to get is like 60 mil. 60 mil for a player who just got suspended for betting, serial betting offences is quite shocking to me. Imagine if he didn't have the betting offences and he continued that form, which is another thing. It's not a guarantee that Ivan Toney will be the same player, that he will be able to continue what he was doing last season. I'm sure he's been working hard and he's been continuing his work on the training pitch. I think he was actually banned from training, so he was be doing home stuff probably, and it's not a guarantee that he will hit the ground running. That is the issue. Now, if he misses, let's say he's a miss for the first maybe 5-6 matches. Again, it depends on what the matches are, how crucial they are. If he misses the first 5-6 matches and is just poor, then after that and he starts kicking on, then it could be a good thing. And then it depends on how Arsenal are doing by then as well, because injuries like Saka. Shout out to Arsenal for beating Man City without Saka, even though City didn't have Rodri, KDB. They still have a good enough squad to win the league just without those two. But for Arsenal, without Saka, that's a bigger miss, relatively speaking. So shout out to you guys for winning that match, a crucial match at home as well. So at the end of the day, Jesus is a great player to have in your squad, but you cannot rely on him or flipping Eddie Nketiah. You cannot have Eddie Nketiah. I forgot about him. You cannot have Eddie Nketiah, Eddie 100k a week Nketiah in your squad as the main striker trying to lead you to a league title or to an FA Cup or to even the quarters or semis of a Champions League final. It ain't gonna happen, man. It really ain't. 100k? Is he really on 100k? Let me know in the comments. Gosh damn. To summarize this video, Ivan Toney is a must, Eddie Nketiah is a no-no, and Jesus is an important figure in that Arsenal squad who can supplement Ivan Toney and be maybe his kind of Mbeumo, getting him assists, feeding him the ball when you're in the final third. Again, having Odegaard there, who's your primary creator, as well as Saka, and Ivan Toney's aerial ability, especially compared to Nketiah and Jesus. Like, come on. Like, this could be the jackpot for Arsenal. And for Toney himself, put himself on a bigger platform, get his big move, and Arsenal can have a striker who can lead them to a league title. Whether it's temporary or not, it doesn't matter. Again, Arsenal could go ahead and sign another striker in a year or two to compete with Toney or even replace him, because again, Brentford are not going to ask for a loan, and I don't know how long he has left on his contract. Maybe it's a year or two. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Do you think Ivan Toney is the guy for Arsenal to lead you to a league title or at least get very closer than last year? Do you think that Jesus is fine? Like, you don't need to get anyone else. You like, Jesus is fine, and Nketiah is fine. Having Saka and Martinelli there who can get you goals as well is fine. Or do you think that neither are good enough to lead you to a league title? Do you think you need a proper striker? You need to make a long-term signing, such as a Victor Osimhen, who could go for maybe 120 mil, knowing how Napoli are and how they operate. But despite that, Osimhen had that issue with the whole TikTok thing, which was a disgrace. So maybe the price will go down a bit and Osimhen could do a bit of nagging at the Napoli board. So we'll have to see about that. But yeah, please like, share, comment and subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Let me know your thoughts. Goodbye.